Hello people, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today in this video I'm going to be covering three very crucial topics in SQL. The first being partition by, group by, and then CTEs. CTEs stand for common table expressions. So for partition by and group by, what I'm doing here is just to illustrate the differences between partition by and group by and when it is safe to use them. So remember in our last video we created two tables, which are customers tables and sales tables, right? So let's go ahead and run that to see what those tables looks like. From customer and select from sales. So let's see what. Okay, so these are customers table: ID, first name, last name, email, gender, and country, and these are sales table. So here let's do some illustration on partition by. So let's say we want to partition by counting how many times that a particular gender appears on the customer table. So we'll go ahead and say select first name as first name, last name as last name, and we can go ahead and add the gender as gender. So let's count gender over partition by gender as total gender from customer left join sales. So I'm using the left join here because we don't have equal number of rows and we don't want to, we just don't want to discard any values. We want to have all the numbers counted, right? So ID is equal to sales customer ID. Now I'll go ahead and run this and see what we have. So this tells us that okay, Jovita and Victoria are both female and they're counted twice as total gender occurrences for female, and then the rest number. Remember, the total number of customer we have are 8 customers, so 6 of them are male and 2 being female. So whenever we have Jovita and the gender, it tells us that okay, we have 2 times occurrences of this gender on our table here. So let's go ahead to demonstrate what the group by does. So I'll go ahead and copy this code here and I'll paste it here. So for group by, I will get rid of these and I'll get rid of this, and then I can go ahead here and say group by, I'll get rid of this too. So let's group by and then let's run this and see. So you can see that here it's telling us total gender, which is 2 and 6. So we might want to get more clarity here over the data, and then we add our gender as gender here, and then we run this again, and then we get to see that female appears twice and male appears 6 times. Now if we go ahead and include something like this for first name as first name, and then last name as last name, And then remember, we need to include first name and last name on the group by statement. If not, we'll be getting an error here. So assuming I didn't include last name, I'll get an error because the last name was not aggregated, so it also appear on the group by statement together. So include the last name here, and then go ahead to run this and see, and then you can see that we have total gender counting just 1111, something that was taken care of perfectly well by using the partition by statement here, right? So we have, so you see we have it counted properly, and for just group by including those first name and last name, actually just counted it once. You can see this is the difference between the group by and partition by. So for we to get that clarity, we have to get rid of this, and then we need to get rid of this. And then when we go ahead to run this, we have 2 and 6, right? So that's the most that's where the group by and that's where partition by really helps us to give us more information about our data, right, compared to what the group by does by actually categorizing each gender's number count. Then for CTEs, lastly, yes, previous videos I've talked about subqueries. So if you have an idea of subqueries, building an SQL CTEs will really be an issue, right? Once you know the CTEs. So CTE stands for common table expression. These are temporal table, but doesn't create any it's not being stored on anywhere in your database. It's just created within the query, and then you can begin to you can get in more information using the common table expression. In some literature, it is called the with query, right? So to build, to create a CTE, what you need to do is that you have to use the SQL syntax or statement with, right? So with, and let's say with CTE customer has, so this is where we start building the CTE. The moment we write with CTE customer has, we started building the CTE from here. So here I want to write some little query here. Let's say I have first name as first name, I have last name as last name here, then I have gender as gender here, then I have counts gender, right? And here I did something regards to over partition by gender as total gender, and then here I did something on average, then I used the amounts over partition by amounts, right, as average amounts here. So from here from customer left join sales on customer dot id sales dot customer id here. So and let me add a where clause. Let's say where amount is greater than, or let's say less than or equal to $3,400 here. So for this is our CTE. So for us to be able to complete this CTE statement, we come beneath this, right, and say select. Let's say we want to select not everything that we created, but let's say we just wanted first name. We just wanted the first name. We wanted last name. And then we want, let's say we want total gender. And we want average amount. Yeah. So now from CTE customer, right? And then go ahead and run this and see what our outputs will look like here. Awesome. So you can see here that the customers that meet this criteria for less than or equal to $3,400 are actually 4 customers. Remember, from the initial table, we only have 5 customers that have actually purchased from the 8 customers that signed up. So James Garner, gender free, right? It shows that okay, we have just one. Now let's go ahead and include this gender. Yeah, so let's go ahead and include this gender here. So you can see that we have just 3 times male occurrences here and just 1 time female occurrences in this customer that I've converted. And then we have James Garner male actually having this average amount, and so this is how we can use the common table expression. So there's one thing about the common table expression is that if you go ahead, let's see. Okay, so whenever you want to run the common table expression, the select is run immediately after the bracket here. Otherwise, you'll be having issues, right? So this table, this CTE customer, is not stored anywhere in our database at all. It's not stored anywhere in our database. It's just the moment we finish writing this code and running our query, and that's all. So in subsequent videos, I'll be showing us how we can begin to work on queries using temp table that can be stored in our database, and how we can begin to use stored procedures. So if you find this video useful or helpful, please go ahead, like and share with your friends, and please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more of this SQL and other related data analytical content. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.